the night. The city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
All right, what is going on, everybody? It has been an insane night. There's been some crazy action. There's been some controversy. There's been some dubs getting out here. They got championships handed out, two of them already, and we are back here in the Prospect League. I'm Rockerman, joined by the one and only Fly Penguin. Penguin, have you fully recovered from the first ever reverse sweep in the grand finals?
I've drank lots of water. My throat is still kind of hurting, but I'm ready to get into this prospect one. That it's gonna be hard to follow up on that provisional one, but I'm looking forward to seeing what we got here.
I am as well, and we've already previewed this matchup on the pre-show, and predictions are in. People are getting their bets in here. We got the players joining up. If you guys saw the pre-show, you guys know all about these teams. We'll talk a little bit more as we get going, but man, Penguin, the people, they're not believing in the underdogs. In Faded, 25-5 in the Discord. Gentlemen, predictions are kind of even though here. What are you expecting here to see from this Faded underdogs?
I definitely got to go for the underdogs here, Rockerman. I'm kind of facing some technical difficulties on my part, but I'm looking forward to seeing Faded pull through on their underdog run and coming out with the chip.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Faded can do that. They're making their first ever Grand Finals appearance here as we're into the Prospect League of the Melons. They are making their fourth, so it's a battle of the newbies versus the vets here, and we'll see which side is going to prevail. Both these teams have had different runs to get to the Grand Finals here. The Melons taking down taking down a solid Origin team, and obviously Faded just upsetting the #1 seeded Warhawks, who many thought could even go undefeated this season. So we're going to have to see as we are underway here in game #1 of the Prospect League Grand Finals. You can see the teams on the pitch. We got Adala, Drips, and Alpha on the Melon side, and then on Faded we got Angel, Seiko, and Seawall, and Angel is going to be the one firing it up there for the first goal.
Angel opening up the scoring here with his first shot of the game. He's already got a save to his name, and Faded already off to a hot start on their run to a chip. Everyone's been doubting them, and even, I believe, the prospect curse of Marco to Donkey. As I get cut off, I can't even get a chance to look. Drips RL bangs it in off the kickoff from Adala.
Bangs it in, and that is how you answer here. As, yeah, you're right, the Marco playoff curse may be under effect here, as he's been predicting, he's been cheering for a team all playoffs long, and everyone has lost, and we'll see that continue. He's cheering for Faded tonight, but Faded hoping to break the curse and prove that they are the underdogs that can win it all here and surprise everyone in this Prospect League. But only time will tell here, as the Melons have tied up this ball game in game #1. Adala is up, going to get it by 2 defenders here. Has no minute to shoot it, but Angel racing back just in time, able to get that touch away. But here comes Drips, looking for the shot, just pangs it off the crossbar. Great power on that shot, but just not quite able to finish it off. It's Faded now in their zone, looking a little bit awkward. Seawall going to try to get it by 1, going to find a dunk past the second. But that one really sent as far as the side. Psycho, excuse me, up there. Going to find a touch. This one's sent down, and there's a real quick answer there from the Melons, and this is a big first game, Penguin. When you are Faded here, clearly the underdogs in everyone's eyes through their entire run. You want to start out strong in game 1. They did that with the first goal, but quickly got answered back.
Yeah, definitely. Game 1 is one of the biggest, as it does set the tone for the rest of the series. And as the longer the series goes on, it may be forgotten, but it does set the tone, as Angel setting the tone for his team in this series. He's got their first 2 goals, and Faded take the lead right back from the Melons' hands.
Yeah, Melons on the overcommitted. Angel says, I will take that every day of the week. Putting that one in the back of the net. And what a huge shot there from Angel, as Faded regains the lead, but can they hold on to it? We saw the Melons answer within a couple seconds last time. Now it's up to Faded. Gonna find a demo is Seawall. Psycho gonna try to take it up the wall. Not a lot of boost. Adala gonna find the dunk through. Gonna chase down, steal that boost. This Drips high off the backboard. It's water falling down. Faded on the goal line, just able to save it away from a charging Drips. As now Angel on the catch here, looking to take that. Gonna get one touch. Drips. Gonna send it to the corner. Trying to stay with it here. This one popping up. Alpha first to the ball off the backboard. Melons looking for an attack. Adala also diving in, but not quite able to find it here. They are hard fighting in game #1. This ball into the corner, out in the midfield. Psycho. They've got one to beat, but Drift's going to take it back. Psycho looking to go up the ceiling again. Going to send off the backboard, looking for a possible clip here. It's going off the backboard, and here comes Angel for the hat trick.
Angel with the hat trick, but Psycho going insane as he got that shot off the backboard, looking for the double, but it perfectly set up Angel, who gets 3 goals in this first game of the Grand Finals. He's definitely stepping up to the plate and answering that bell to be MVP so far of this series, and he wants that underdog run to be complete, and he wants that role, and he wants that MVP, and he's definitely proving to be capable of it here with that early hat trick.
Yeah, now a huge start here for Faded. It seemed like the Melons could have brought it right back, but Faded, they're not having any of it. As here comes Adala, looking to take it over the top, dribbling on that, gonna find a flip reset, trying to set it down, but Drips can't quite push it through, and the net is open. Melons have dove in on this one. Alpha forced to race back, able to get that one away to the side. As a demo, Adala chasing up the sidewall there for that demo, but Faded still on the attack. Seawall diving it out for Angel, the 4th goal of this game 1.
You know, ever since Faded scored that first goal, Melons seemed to be coming back. But ever since the Melons answered that opening goal, they have not gotten a single shot. And not only Faded, but Angel himself has found 3 more goals ever since the Melons scored their first. So that he is just streaking here. He's on fire, and that's exactly what you want in this opening game of the Grand Finals, because you already know the Melons before they've lost the Grand Finals. Adala, I believe, is one of the only returning players, but it might get in their head early, quick, if they fall down from this faded team really fast.
I mentioned that Melons have made it to 4 Grand Finals, 2 of them back in season 2 and 3 that they won, and then last season in season 7 they ended up losing, and they're back one more time in this season 8. And you mentioned Adala returning from that roster, trying to take it the distance this time, do what last teams couldn't, and so far they find themselves down in game 1 here against those underdogs who even the entire desk did not predict Faded to win this one, but they're trying to prove everyone wrong here as this one popped up high back in the Melon zone. As Angel going to find a demo in their big game here in game number 1 to start off the Prospect Grand Finals. This ball sent up, just cleared away the corner as Melons running out of options here. As Drips going to try to take it up, trying to get any momentum here. Adala going to get on the dribble, going to try to take it up. They're going to flick it by 1, looking to get one final goal. As Psycho finds a touch, but this ball popping up. Melons might be able to get one for the road, but that one going to touch the ground, and Faded coming out strong here in game 1, led by Angel with 4 goals.
Angel definitely showing up here. I believe a late addition in to the roster in the season, and this Faded roster, opposite to the Melons, changing rosters a few times during the season and losing their arguably best player, Triple A, leaving the server just weeks before the playoffs started, and this team coming together and proving not only to be the underdogs but dominant underdogs as well, as they win game 1 in incredible fashion with 4 goals from Angel, and just an incredible effort from the team themselves. But Angel definitely stepped up there big time.
Yeah, and Angel in that game, Penguin, had more score than the entire Melons team combined. Angel just obliterated them in game 1, and well, when someone on the other team scored more score than your entire team, Penguin, you're not gonna win many, if any, games at all there. And I don't think you'll win any games, actually, as, man, what a performance of Faded as we head into this game number 2. And they definitely have to have the momentum here and need to find a way to keep it rolling.
Definitely, it's not the recipe for success when you're getting outscored by 1 player. And the way Angel stepped up there was huge. But for this Melon squad, you want more from, like, Adala. He's proved to be clutch in the playoffs. You want more from Alpha as he buries his first goal to open the scoring just 20 seconds in. Alpha with a big goal from the corner. What a play from him to open this game 1 or game 2.
Yeah, and Alpha and the Melons, they needed that early goal here to try to regain some of the momentum that they lost after Angel took them to town in that game number 1. But Alpha with a big shot there back in, I believe, their second Grand Finals appearance, as they won in season 4 as the Ascension sub. Now looking to find a championship here. Psycho setting up, looking for Angel, but not quite far enough. Drips can't find the touch here. Is Dala out to the corner. It's Angel trying to get it in, and you have to wonder too, Penguin, how much these nerves are getting in the heads of maybe these Melons from that game number 1. You see some uncharacteristic touches, and Melons just a little bit awkward at times, it seems.
They're definitely coming back in this game too, but it's definitely showing how awkward they are with just how imprecise they are. But Adala looking to slice through that offense, and Alpha follows up on his play and buries his second goal of the game, but Adala there with the carry into the offensive end to give him that opportunity.
And Seawall so close to that one, but Alpha right over the top of his head. And a huge goal for the Melons to give themselves a 2-0 lead here early on, only about a minute into this game too. So trying to regain, trying to tie the series up. Here comes Adala. Seawall on the goal line, gonna find that touch. This ball popping up, awkward. Alpha, last man back. Psycho, gets a touch there. Is Angel gonna pop this one high off the backboard, looking for a teammate, but no one there. Psycho trying to come in. This one popped up by Seawall. Psycho on the backboard, looking down for a teammate, but Drips is able to get to that touch as a 50 comes through. This one sent back down. Psycho gonna send that one off to the side. Seawall looking to give chase, but Drips gonna bang it by 1. No boost to follow though. This one sent back down, and the Melons getting a little comfortable here in this game with this early lead. But wait a minute, here comes Faded trying to answer back. but not quite going to be able to, as this one actually sent down. The net is kind of open. Drips, can he turn it on? The save comes through. Angel on the goal line, picking up the savior medal. But this one, return fire just off the post to follow. Oh, it's going to go wide. Drips had the open net, but they can't finish. And Faded lucky to get away with a 2-0 lead.
You were mentioning the nerves. You were mentioning how they were missing their touches, and no bigger misses than the wide open net. I believe it was Drips who got the opportunity there, seemingly saving Adala's shot once more. So the Melons just seem rattled despite their 2-0 lead. They're not getting the best opportunities. They could be dominating this Faded squad, but they're just tripping over themselves. And I mentioned earlier how Faded went through a bunch of roster moves. This Melon squad was the one that they drafted. So if anyone can pull it together, it's a team that's been together since the start of the season. But this Faded squad proving strong. If they can come back here in the second half of this game, they can. But the Melons, despite looking awkward, still have the lead, and they do have the ability to pull it together and run away with this game.
Yeah, they do, and they'll have to capitalize here as they're looking to take another shot. Could have a 3-goal lead as another savior medal comes through on the Faded side. They have 6 saves, only 1 shot to their name. They're going to have to try to fire back here. This one popping up. Here comes the opportunity for Seawald, but he's met midair. Now Drips going to set it down. Angel going to block on the sidewall. Not a lot of boost. This one pops up to the ceiling. Psycho trying to get out to it, but he gets bumped. This one floating back. Psycho going to get out to him. Well, recovery there after the bump, but still Faded. Find themselves low on boost, low on opportunities. This one popping up in the midfield. Psycho out to Angel looking for it, but Alpha quick in the midfield. And that Melon squad, Penguin, they are so dangerous. That's what they did so well in their semifinal matchup. They cut off the midfield like champs.
And it's showing here as Faded in this game hasn't even had much of an opportunity on the offensive side. They only had 1 shot on net, so they are getting absolutely throttled by this Melons team in the midfield and in the offensive end. They can't generate any chances. Angel is showing up defensively as he was in Game 1, but in Game 2 here, he hasn't had any opportunities offensively to take over like he did before. But we'll see if they can pick it up here in this final minute of the game.
Only about 45 seconds remaining. Faded needs to find 2. A huge miss, but Psycho wasn't expecting it, as that one gave Faded their best chance. Angel high off the backboard. Alpha trying to read it. Here comes Angel for the shot, and Angel yet again their 5th goal in only 2 games.
Finally given an opportunity to do something offensively. Lucky miss for Angel from Alpha, and he doubles it easily. What an adjustment to be able to bury that shot. But that's the guy you want to rely on. He was very loud in that Game 1, but he's been quiet here in Game 2, offensively at least. But, that's going to end it there for the Melons. As the kickoff goal just ends any opportunities and hopes that they might have for a comeback. There's still time, but I don't think they got it in them.
Yeah, that one, trying to clear that one away, but unfortunate for Faded there as they had the momentum. With 30 seconds left, they're going to need to now once again find 2. Need to do it. Time remaining on the clock here. Angel off the corner, send a perfect pass. Here comes Seawald. Look for the bottom left corner, but just in time is Drips to clear that one away and pick up yet another save for him. This ball out in midfield. Faded. They gotta get one quickly here. Alpha trying to waste the time away. Psycho looking out in the midfield, trying to find a teammate, but it's sent away, and that is going to do it. Adala maybe looking one more for the road. Going to put the dagger in, and the Melons going to be able to tie up this series in one piece.
Yeah, the Melons flipping the script as they lost 4-1 in Game 1. Now they are winning 4-1 in Game 2. Adala perfectly finishing off Faded there, killing any hopes that they might have had for a comeback. With only 3 seconds remaining, it's all but over. There's not enough time for a comeback, and this series is going to be tied going into the next match. And we'll see who can recover better from their loss. The Melons showing here that they can come back and dominate after a loss, and hopefully Faded can do the same moving forward.
Yeah, Faded. They had that solid Game 1, and in Game 2, they brought the shots back a little bit towards the end, but this time a little bit too much to handle there as Faded. They got to find a way, Penguin, here to bounce back here. This is going to be a pivotal game number 3 with both these teams. Like you said, we had Faded, who had that solid 4-goal performance. They kind of took it to the Melons in Game 1, but the Melons bounced back. And this is that game, this game number 3 on Beckwith Knight here and it's so crucial. I mean, it's a long series, best of 7, but this one feels like it could very well be a momentum turner.
Like I said earlier, game one really sets the tone for the series, and this is like a game one in a sense that both teams are tied 1-1. So the winner of this game takes the series advantage, and that really will set the tone going forward. So it's a best of 5 now, but the last time they met in a best of 5, the Melons took it 3-0, I believe, towards the beginning of the season. So we'll look to see how Faded responds, but this series is wide open moving forward.
It really is here. And the 1-1 score line here in this best of 7. It's anyone's game. As this one fired towards it, Alpha has to race back and use all the boost there to find that touch. But he would have found another 50 through, so he would send it back into the faded zone. This one a little bit awkward. Adala coming through, looking for the shot, but Angel barely on the goal line. Oh my goodness, Angel, another huge save. And Angel has been stepping up huge so far. The 4-goal game, all the saves, the clear off the backboard. Angel doing it all, and it looks like it's a battle between Angel and the Melons.
Absolutely. As Seawall with a shot there, Angel has been everywhere, offensively and defensively. Seems like Faded's offense lives and dies through Angel, but the Melons not giving anyone an opportunity. But Angel pre-flipping with a desperation save, able to keep the game tied. He's been all over the defensive half, and if you look at top 10 stats, Angel's nowhere to be found, maybe due to the roster changes as Trips with a powerful shot, saved by Psycho. Psycho up again, not able to make a touch, and Adala buries it, makes him pay for his mistakes on the goal line.
Yeah, tough mistake here. Faded, they were trying to get it out, and Psycho just can't get that read, as that one is going to find the back of the net. Adala puts it home, a huge goal to start off this game number 3 for them. And a tough mistake for Faded. But yeah, I think Angel, coming towards the end of the season, didn't meet the minimum requirements to make it on those top 10. So you mentioned the roster change where AAA originally was the captain, played the majority of the season, was kind of the leader, but they need to find someone new at the end. And that has been Angel here, alongside Seawall and Psycho. And Seawall's been great as well all season. I've heard a lot of them through their postseason run as well. And we'll have to see if they can step up in this one as they find themselves down. With 3 minutes remaining in this game 3, this ball popping up high. Alpha, a little bit awkward there. This one pops out of midfield opportunity, but Seawall can't quite get it past Alpha. As Psycho going to get it by 1, but Drips is there off the sidewall. Opportunity here. Psycho going to send it towards net as double commit comes through. It's Faded trying to keep it in Angel, waiting up the wall there, making Adala a little bit awkward. This one's sent to the side. Seawall 50 down midfield, opportunity here, but Psycho only able to get a roller, but does find the demo, because this one hanging around in the Melon zone, off the backboard, opportunity, another demo comes through, net, here's a shot, but it's going to be denied away by Adala, and wait a minute, it might be a counterattack opportunity. Adala trying to chase it down, but that one only be cut down in the midfield and Faded, almost a huge opportunity, but the Melons able to hold on and survive.
You have to credit surely the communications from the Melons are on point. As I said, that they've been together all season, so they're so used to each other. They have great chemistry, and it shows there, as even though their first man was demoed and completely taken out of the play, they were still able to recover and make the saves. And despite Faded's intense pressure, which I'm sure cooked up the heat in their kitchen, they were able to stop the fire and be able to just exit their zone and come away unscathed.
And they have, and with a minute 40 remaining, Faded looking to get right back into it as another demo comes through, really trying to pour on these demos, trying to get these Melons out of rhythm. As Angel pops it up, here comes Psycho looking for the shot, but can't quite find the redirect as Alpha picks up another save. Alpha has 6 saves in this game as they have been locked down trying to find a shot here. This one denied away by Drips. His Drips up in the air, looking to pass it out, trying to find Adala towards the backward, looking for the double tap. Can they find it? Not quite. This one cleared away to the Faded corner. And this one here, shots all even at 6, but Faded has yet to find it past Alpha, who has saved every single one away. And they have to break through here, but the net is wide open, and Alpha on the counterattack is going to put it home, a 2-0 lead.
As we saw Angel, the man to beat for the Melons in game 1, Alpha has taken over this game 3. And like you said, every single one of their shots were saved by Alpha himself, and he gets he has 100% goal participation for the Melons, where they have 2 goals. He has one of them, and he has assists on the other one. So Alpha is all over this field for the Melons, and he's exactly the guy you want to take over because he's one of their best, and he's showing up here in the grand finals.
It's showing up big here as now there's a 2-goal lead. Faded once again find themselves down in this game number 3, trying to bounce back. Psycho to the ceiling, trying to make something happen, trying to drop down. Here comes Angel looking for the shot for Nadala on the denial. As that one sent off to the corner and sent away. 30 seconds remaining. Seawall sending it down, looking to make something happen here, but Drips just going to try to take control. Another demo comes through. Could be opportunity for Psycho, sending off the backboard, but Alpha just enough of that one to get in the corner. As the precious time ticking away, Alpha trying to waste it. He's going to look for a 50. This one sent up high, Faded. Need a miracle now, but Adala not having any of it as he's taking it down the pitch. He's putting it in the net, and Melons are going to lock up this game 3.
You know, with time winding down, you need to be able to get on the ball, but Adala not giving them the chance as he just carries it over every single defender. No one in a position to challenge him, and he just buries it. Given that opportunity, given his ability, he's going to bury that every single time. You got to get a hand up. You got to get someone to play defense on him because he had perfect control and he killed crucial seconds and even extended their lead. What a perfect play from Adala himself to give the Melons a 3-0 win and a 2-1 series lead.
Yeah, they get the 3-0 win, and you have to wonder right here at this point, Penguin, is it the time for the timeout? It might be a little bit early, but after the last 2 games don't go your way, you're the underdog. You might need to, kind of kill the momentum here. And Faded, they might be thinking about it here to possibly call it.
Definitely 100%. You need to call that timeout because, one, it gives you that timeout buff that it seems like every team gets. It's incredible how well it can do for you, but it gives you a second to say, how do we beat this Alpha guy? Because all of their shots almost saved by him, and they had some misses, and they had Adala come through for one, but Alpha was all over the defensive end, and he was even there on offense whenever it seemed impossible for them to score through Faded, who also had 4 saves, but they got to figure out this Alpha guy and definitely shut him down, and a timeout would do that for them.
It doesn't look like they're going to take the timeout, but they are going to use all 60 seconds in between the games to wait it out and see if they can think up a little bit of a strategy, and they're going to need it here as we're heading to game number 4. Their most important game of the season here, Penguin, and they have got to find a way to answer back. And for the Melons, you can really take it to them, take it to the underdogs, show them why you have been one of the best teams all season long, and see if you can put it away. As here comes Adala looking for the shot, but Psycho on the goal line, able to make the touch, and we are underway here in game number 4.
You'd hate to go down 3-1 to a team as dominant as the Melons, who Adala looking to avenge last season's loss. He's playing out of his mind as he almost had the opening goal there with just seconds into the game off the kickoff, but Psycho with an incredible touch, and he's on this offensive end right now, hopefully setting up Seawall. Nothing to come of it, but early in this game, it's going pretty fast-paced. Every team's showing desperation as, like you said, this is such an important game as it's the difference between going down 3-1 or the series being knotted up at 2.
Yeah, and if Faded can win this one, they force at least a game 6, give themselves a chance, and when you can force a game 6 for either team, anything can happen on that Forbidden Temple. As here comes Adala, the great passing play. Oh my goodness, what a play. Alpha to Adala for the lead.
Cha-ching there as that passing play was money. Alpha just popped it over the contesting defender, and then Adala with such a blistering shot had 117 kph, giving that last defender in the net no chance. And that early goal might not be a death sentence, but it's definitely going to hurt Faded in terms of momentum, as they got shut out the last game. So they need to find their scoring touch, and getting down early is not going to help them in that regard.
Yeah, and the Melons just seem like they are just playing so much more aggressive here after that first game. As here comes another shot attempt, but Psycho going to clear it away, and it just seems like a difference you saw in game 1. They seemed a little bit slow to challenge in the midfield like we're used to, but after that one, Penguin, every game since, including this one to start here, they have been so aggressive in the midfield, jumping quickly to every ball.
Absolutely. The Melons are doing fantastic about getting in the face of Faded, because they saw what Angel especially can do with time and space. So whenever a player like that pops off, you just got to shut him down as quick as you can. And the Melons proving to be the faster team when given the opportunity, and they've just taken over and not given anyone, especially Angel, that chance to take over, and just doing well as a team to be able to just toss the ball around to each other and be able to keep the pressure up as well as they have so far.
Yeah, they've done it well so far here as we are into this game number 4. As Melons have put on a shooting clinic here. They've got 7 shots compared to 1 for Faded. But all it takes is one overcommit or one mistake like this, and it could be an opportunity. There it is, Seawall capitalizing on the Melons mistake.
You hate to see that as Drips coming off the wall and Alpha trying to support him, both of them not being able to find a touch, and then Drips and Adala right on top of each other, neither of them able to make the save as Seawall perfectly places it out of their reach and ties this game with 2:39 remaining. And that was his first shot of the game, and only the second shot for Faded. So that's huge. Going into this half is Alpha with a shot saved away by Seiko, getting his savior medal only halfway through this game. But as well as they have played on defense, this Faded team has, they need to do more on offense in order to come away with this game.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to at least get one more if they're going to want to win this one. This Melons squad is not keen to let that happen. This one, 15 in the midfield, dropping down the dollar. Gonna make a touch. They're by 2 defenders. Angel, last man back. The net is open. The Melons will pay yet again.
It seems like the Melons are just, they're getting rattled after that first goal. They're missing critical touches. Alpha is just off from that pass. And so Angel just took advantage and took it right over that passer of the Melons and not able to get back. And they got that critical lead, and hopefully they can hold on because we know that they can sit back defensively and make those saves. So maybe playing with the lead, they'll be able to shut this Melons team down.
Yeah, and that's been the biggest issue for the Melons all season long. When you're such an aggressive team, it happens for pretty much every aggressive team. When you are so aggressive, you can get counterattacked on, and if a team can make you pay on every one of your mistakes, it's gonna be hard to find a win here. As now the Melons find themselves down here in this game for Faded, looking to tie up this series. This ball up in the midfield. Psycho set it up high. It's off the backboard, but here comes Alpha, able to get the clear. The Psycho can't find the touch. Drips gonna try to fake it by 1, gonna get it by 2. Can he get it by 3? Shoots it off the backboard. Opportunity here, but Melons not ready for that one. Drips takes it by the whole team, but the Melons, with their aggressive play style, don't even go for it.
Yeah, whenever you see Drips taking over the game like that, you just got to let him cook and hopefully you don't get burned for it. But at some point, you got to say, hey, I got to support him as a teammate. And if he does miss, I'll be able to follow up on it as Adala taking it up, going for the flip reset. Drips as the supporting player there, gets a shot on, but not able to capitalize on that opportunity. But that would be the name of that game for Melons, is being able to support each other on offense as well as they have on defense.
Yeah, the Melons, you gotta live by that aggressive play style or die by it. They're trying to live by it right here as Alpha ties this game 4 up.
Absolutely. Drips with a pass right to Seawall. Seawall with an unfortunate touch, and Alpha was just waiting in the wings for that opportunity to show, and he did not miss with a 98km/h shot. He ties this game up, 46 seconds left. What a clutch play by him to keep them alive in this game.
And that one huge, and can the Melons keep that momentum rolling? Can they take the 3-1 lead? Can they force Faded into a win or go home moment here? As this ball sent to the backboard, Angel gonna find a touch. 50 comes across the midfield. Adala, this one sent up high. 30 seconds now, all tied at 2. Angel is up. Angel dropping down. It's an opportunity, but the Melons are gonna clear it away. Faded didn't want to overcommit, but the Melons, a little bit of a double. Psycho gonna bang it by 1. This one into the zone. Next goal, maybe just win it. Melons could go in match point, or Faded could tie this series.
Oh my goodness, Angel just completely taking over as Drips had the ball, but he got demoed for his efforts, and Adala not able to make the touch as it went off the corner right over his head, and he could not be able to reach for it, and Angel makes him pay. And with less than 10 seconds left in this game, it looks like Faded's going to be able to start coming back.
Oh, but this ball is floating towards the Faded zone. A huge miss. The net is open, but Seawall on the goal line. Adala still trying to keep it in. It's off the backboard. Faded just going to kill it down. And we are heading to game 5, all tied at 2.
That was a critical game for Faded, and Angel stepped up huge with that game winner with 8 seconds on the clock. He had 2 goals this game and 2 saves, but Seiko with 5, keeping them alive. What a play by him, and what a play by Angel to bury that opportunity late in the game. And now it's all knotted up at 2. It's anyone's series. They're going back and forth. Who's going to break the cycle? Who's going to break the chain? Who's going to take over in this series and become Season 8 champions?
Yeah, and I mean, these two teams, they have battled back. You saw Faded take the first game, but Melons punch back with two, and Faded don't need the tactical timeout. They're saving it out of here for maybe later on in the series if they need it. But I mean, the ice in their veins to lock up that series, Penguin, so crucial. And now we have a best of three here to close it out. Whoever wins two of these next three games is going to be the champion for Season 8.
Absolutely. It's going into this a huge Game 5. You look to your big names to step up like Adala, like Alpha. Can anyone bury it? You look to Drips, but Angel shows them all up with the goal. With the goal line save, and what an incredible play by them as this Game 5 opens up. Who's going to take over?
Yeah, the Melons, they're trying to get back to their offensive ways as they've done all season long, as they started out with a barrage of shots, but Faded survives, and they're able to send it back out of their zone. In the Melons, half Adala, gonna find a touch. By one, got Alpha out in the midfield. What does Adala have in the tank? Going underneath, trying to fake it by. It's off the backward. Alpha just has to put it on. Alpha does. The fake works out this time, and Melons strike first.
Adala just on the ball. He is a beast. He keeps going for that flip reset, but he does not need it. As Alpha with a wide open opportunity, he just buries it home, and with no contest, that's easy for him. But what a play by Adala just to get it by all the defenders, leaving Alpha with that easy opportunity.
Yeah, and those flip resets are so dangerous, especially in the Prospect League. These players have gotten better this season than ever before, up to 1,500 at the start of the season, and people are improving throughout the season, and those flip resets can be so deadly. You never know if they're going to go for it or go for the fake, and that time the fake worked out as the Melons find themselves in the lead, looking to put themselves on championship point. There's a dollar up in the air. Here comes Drip, sending it by, but Angel strong on the defensive end as Psycho up the sidewall, looking to send it down. Ball in the midfield. This one pinch back. Seawall has to race, and Seawall there just in time to clear that pinch away. Is Faded looking to start something offensive, start anything offensive, as this one, Angel gonna fake out, can actually get it by two. Alpha though, gonna dive through, and this one, Faded, gotta be dangerous here on the backboard. Seawall gonna find a touch, and the Melons, they're still trying to keep this pressure on as this one floating towards the net. Angel can't make the touch and it falls in.
Yeah, Faded keep getting tested on their goal line as Seawall was always there to make the save, an incredible catch or just an incredible touch, and Angel was there left alone. He has a save credited to his name, but despite Seawall not being there to make the touch, definitely the Melons will take that opportunity as Adala makes him pay and extends their lead to 2.
Yeah, now one maybe faked out by the last defenders. Here comes the opportunity for Seawall to drop an Adala. Oh my goodness, on the goal line, making a huge save to keep their lead at 2. As we're 3 minutes remaining in this game number 5. Melons looking to go on the championship point, looking for their 3rd ever championship in the Prospect League, trying to avenge last season's loss to the Minotaurs. As Seawall sends this one up, Alpha gonna send it to the side. Angel trying to take control, looking to take it up, but going to get bumped for a moment. Not a lot of boost. Angel trying to get it by. As Seawall going to make a turn, trying to set this one up, but Alpha going to find a touch. This ball, Seawall going to try to fake it out, trying to leave it for his teammate, but Faded not quite ready for his Drips. He's up in the air. Angel trying to challenge early, going to find a good 50 as they're able to send it down off the backboard as the clear comes through. And now as we pass this halfway point, Penguin, Faded, they got to dig deep here. They got to find something, find that ice to battle back, because otherwise they're going to be finding themselves heading to Forbidden Temple, one loss away from going home.
One thing they really need to find, Rockerman, is shots on the net. Here with 2 minutes remaining, they only have 1 shot, and they're going to need a few more than that to be able to at least erase this deficit that they face with less than 2 minutes remaining. Someone's got to step up offensively or work as a team. You got to get some pressure on this Melon squad because they are so aggressive, and given any chance, they will bury it, and they're just not getting tested defensively to be able to be taken advantage of.
Over here, a ball off the backward opportunity. Here comes Faded, but they can't quite put it through. And we saw that in that game number 3, where the Melons held Faded to minimal shots there, and they're doing it again. Led to that game 3 victory there, and they're looking for this game 5 victory as the time ticking away from Faded. Can they find some magic? Can they pull it back here? You have to look for something quickly, and it's starting to get to that point where they might need to sell out here on the offensive end as the Melons Send this one up, Faded, trying to get out. Here comes Seawall. Gets it over the top of one, trying to chase it down, looking to pinch it through, but Alpha back just in time. This one's sent to the side and Faded. Not a lot of beast, but Psycho looking for the bump. It's going to be cleared away, and with a minute remaining, Penguin, Faded, it's do or die time in this game 5. Gotta get moving if they're going to tie this one up.
Still held to one lone shot after a minute of play. They're having some possession, but they're not able to get past the defenders. When they have opportunities, the Melons just shut them down as soon as they seem to have that chance. But Alpha sending it to Adala, hopefully to make something happen to shut them down even earlier. Drips to bury it and extend the lead to 30 seconds remaining. When with Faded only having one shot on net, it looks like it's game over for them.
Yeah, with 30 seconds remaining, that may have been the dagger from Drips as Seawall not able to get there in time. And the Melons looking like they're going to be one win away from their 3rd championship, but Faded, let's see if they can battle back at the end of this game, see if they can pull off the biggest miracle in Nemesis history. Is this one sent off to the side? This ball popped up. Faded trying to make something happen, send it towards the backboard, but that one cleared away. And at this point, Faded just going to have to be looking for some momentum heading into Forbidden Temples. This ball off the backboard, Seawall, they're trying to make a touch, popping it up high. Angel and Seawall both there. They're going to send it down. But Adala all over this ball. It's Adala flicking it, looking for one more for the road, but it hits the post, goes down, and the Melons almost had it. But regardless, they are going to go up 3-2, and Penguin, they are one win away from a champion.
Absolutely, they're one game away from avenging that terrible loss last season, and they have all the momentum going into this game 6. But it is Forbidden Temple, and Faded are looking to take advantage of that as they only had one shot all game, seemingly impossible for as skilled as these players can be, especially Angel, who's taken over this series. I've seen Psycho take over games as I casted a match from him earlier this playoffs, and Seawall himself able to take over games. You got to see someone step up late in this series when your backs are against the wall. You need your best players to step up like Adala has for the Melons with a goal and 2 assists. You got to look to your best players to make plays and come back here.
Yeah, we mentioned Angel getting that 4-goal performance in that game number 1 and outscoring the entire Melons team, and Adala just did the same, 431 score, but the Faded only combined for 419, and it looks like they're not going to use the tactical timeout here. They've been using the minutes here, not thinking they need the tactical timeout, so Faded is going to play on Penguin, and we are in to game number 6 for Forbidden Temple. Everything is on the line here for this Faded squad. They've been the underdogs, but do they have one more underdog story in them here? They're going to have to start it out early, as here comes Seawall for the shot, and he wastes no time.
He's been quiet all series, but when the stage is at its biggest on Forbidden Temple, your back is against the wall, you have that underdog story to be told, and Seawall is writing himself into that book as someone who can hopefully carry his team to victory. As 4 seconds into this game, they're up 1-0, and we've seen so far that they can play well with the lead, but they just got to finish it off as it's still early in this game, and the Melon squad is looking to punch them right back.
The Melons have been so aggressive, but here comes an opportunity. Angel trying to get it low. But that one not going to happen, as this one sent out to the side of Dala, sending it down just a little bit off here, as Psycho going to block that one to the side. Alpha looking for the touch, this ball dropping down. Angel is going to be 15 through. Drips is too big on the goal line.
The Melons' aggression proving to be their strategy as Alpha and Drips right in front of that ball in the corner. Alpha takes control of it, and Drips adjusted himself, and he positioned himself perfectly for the pass, and he buries it home over top of a Faded defender. So a tough goal for them in a tough game when it's been early and so many shots have been faced.
Yeah, this one has been intense on Forbidden Temple. We'd expect nothing less as the Melons try to drop that down, but Seawall all over that mistouch there, or attempted pass even. Zadala up the sidewall. Psycho going to clear that one off to the side. Angel off the wall there. Alpha taking control, trying to make something happen, but a 50 comes through. Up in the Faded zones. Psycho off the back wall, going to find one touch, sending it down, looking to stay with it, but Adala going to beat out 2 defenders here. It's just Seawall all alone for this one. Popping up, an opportunity for Drips, trying to get it down, but Angel on the backboard, going to make the touch, going to find the clear. They send it down, Seawall, dive it in, a touch comes through. It's the Melons trying to escape their zone here. It's this one popped up. Psycho going to send it down. Adala taking to the air. What does Adala have again? Looking for a flip reset. Looking to shoot it on net, but Angel able to save it away. Those flip resets have been so deadly. Adala's been going for him all series. He got one earlier, but not this time.
And you can't give him that opportunity, as whenever he's on the ball, he's going to make magic happen. As Alpha is making a magical 50 happen, and no one's there to put a hand up. And
oh my gosh!
They're throwing themselves at the ball on the goal line. No one able to make contact until Angel makes a saving grace save as the ball was halfway through the net. What a play by him, but unfortunate from the Melons as they just threw everything at the net, but not able to connect.
Oh my goodness, and that ball was floating in front of the net for what seemed like ages, and the Melons couldn't capitalize. And if they can't find out this win, they are going to remember that opportunity, and it might haunt them for the rest of their season. Going into the next, and they're going to have to try to regain here. So we're down, approaching halfway in this game number 6. Melons still one win away from the championship. If they can find this goal, they can become champions of Season 8. But Faded trying to get back on the attack. Here comes Psycho coming through, sending off the sidewall. But Alpha all over this one. Seawall has to race back. Alpha trying to chase it down. This ball into the backboard. Seawall trying to clear it out, but it's so awkward. Just going to actually leave it. Probably the better decision, but this one still pops up. Drips looking for the shot there. Seawall, a nice read. That one just a little bit off, but able to get that clear and find it away as Adala looking to find something else here. As this one dribbling, and we're down to 2 minutes. Penguin, oh my goodness, what is happening in the Faded corner right now?
It's absolute chaos here. It's 1-1 with 2 minutes left to play, and everyone's doing the best they can to just survive. Faded wants to go to Game 7. Melons want to write their names into the history books and become champions. So it might throw them a little bit off, but Adala with control above everyone with infinite boost and another flip reset. He gives Trips an opportunity in the corner. It's floating in front of their net, but a big clear heading towards the Melons, but desperation on all ends when each team wants to end this series their own way. They want to become the victors of this series and become champions. Anything can happen when desperation is at its peak.
Yeah, anything can happen with the desperation, and anything can happen on Forbidden Temple here in Game 6. The Melons looking to close it out here. We're under a minute, about under a minute remaining here. And the next goal may just do it. Drips trying to take it up. He's by 2. It's so dangerous, but this one can't go. Adala looking for the shot. He puts it in with 1:04 remaining.
Who else but Adala? He's been all over this ball. He's been all over the field for the Melons, and he wants to avenge that loss with all he can as he buries that goal. A minute left to play, and they're up 2-1. Can the Melons fend off the desperate Faded underdogs, or will they come away as Season 8 champions and avenge Adala's loss? 1 minute remaining. Rocker Man, take it away.
With a minute remaining, the Melons try to hold on. Oh my goodness!
God.
Alpha with that shot!
What a play as Alpha. He whizzed by the one, but he was able to get that doink 142 kilometers per hour. He says woo in the chat like Ric Flair as he's dripping on this team, and he extends their lead to 2.
Oh my goodness, that could have been the goal of his life there as he puts it in, but Faded looking to answer back as their time is ticking away here. The Melons in reach of their 3rd ever championship. As this ball in the midfield, Alpha happy to waste the time, but Faded, they know they gotta go. Psycho on this one. The Melons camping in net, parking the bus. This one dropped down. Angel trying to get out too, but they can't. That's 30 seconds now remaining. Faded gotta bring it back, but Alpha sending it down. Precious seconds ticking away from Faded. This one dropped to their zone. As it boosts up, Adala looking for one more, finding the dagger. Adala puts it in.
16 seconds remain, and it seems all but over for Faded. But the story of this Game 6 was Adala. He was not going to Game 7. He did not want to give his chances of losing another Grand Finals to chance. He takes the ball and scores it for his 2nd goal of the game, and he puts the dagger into Faded and looking to take his championship home.
Yeah, that he is, and redeeming the last season, avenging the loss of Season 7. This Melons team has done it yet again in the Prospect League. Your Melons are the Season 8 champions for the Prospect League. It's Adala, one for the road for the champs. They take it home.
Adala with a hat trick. He is money in Game 6. Late in this series, he has completely taken over. He was on the ball constantly, and he is now a champion. Congrats to the Melons, and congrats to Adala on certainly an MVP caliber performance.
And Dallas stepping up big when they needed them the most in that game, pitching that win. And I mean, man, what a performance from the Melons. They held it on and they clutched up when they needed their Penguin. And I mean, what a performance. Faded, they gave it their all, the underdogs, but there was just too much Melons, to handle there in that final game.
Absolutely. When the going got tough, the tough got going, and Adala with a tough performance there in that series. But overall, what a great performance by all of the Melons. They've been together the whole season, and they just proved to be so dominant with their chemistry and their aggression. They knew their play style down to the T, and even though Faded was taking advantage of it, they stuck to their guns and they shot them down as best they could, and they took that Game 6 5-0 to become Season 8 prospect champions.
Yeah, I mean, dominant performance from the Melons. They do it yet again. They are a prospect staple. Another championship is coming home to the Fruit Ninjas org. Congratulations to the Melons on taking it all home. And, well, we got to keep the night rolling as we still have 3 more grand finals. I don't know how they can keep going. These matches have been absolutely insane on the night. And we are heading up next to the Challenger League, where the number 2 Hellcats are taking on the Raptors. Can the Raptors go back-to-back, or will the Hellcats find their first ever championship? That is coming up next in just a few minutes. Wish you guys stick around, and we'll see you in a bit.
Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Just say I do. Just say I do. Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you.